Greetings from Electrically. In this video, we are going to discuss one of the most important concept from the power system, that is the skin effect. Okay, and after skin effect, we will see the proximity effect. Okay, both skin effect and proximity effect causes the same effect on the conductor. That is nothing but what? Non-uniform distribution of current density. So according to the definition, we can see here it is an effect because of which there is a non-uniform distribution of current is happening over the cross section area of the conductor. For that, I have taken first, this is my first cross section area of conductor, this is my conductor A, this is my conductor B. Okay, I am feeding this conductor with DC supply. Okay, this is my DC supply and this is my AC supply to my conductor B. Okay, now if I am feeding the DC supply to my conductor A, then my current distribution will be uniform from center. This is my center and this is my what? This is my surface. This is my center, this is my surface. Okay, so when I am feeding this conductor with a DC supply, what is happening? From center to the surface, my current distribution is what? Uniform. Okay, so for DC system, always remember skin effect is 0. Why? That we will see at the end of this lecture. I will tell you the reason. Okay, for a DC system, skin effect is 0. But when we come across AC system, when I am feeding this conductor B with the AC supply or alternating supply, okay, which is having sinusoidal nature, okay, then my current distribution will be what? Non-uniform from center to my surface. Now when I am saying non-uniformity in current distribution or non-uniformity in current density across the surface of the cross section area of the conductor, then at some position, at some point, my current will be maximum, and at some position, at some point, my current will be minimum. Okay, now at what point my current will be maximum and at what point my current will be minimum? That is nothing but what? Non-uniformity. Non-uniformity means what? At one point my current will be maximum, at one point my current will be minimum, and in between that there will be non-uniformity. Now at what point, whether my current is maximum at center or whether my current is maximum at surface, okay, always remember, because of skin effect, what happens? At the center my current is minimum, at the surface my current is maximum. So because of skin effect, whenever I am exciting my conductor with the help of alternating supply, all the charges or all the charge particles will get pushed towards the surface of the conductor. That is nothing but the surface of the conductor. Okay, all my charge particles will be pushed towards surface of the conductor. That is nothing but what? Non-uniformity in current density or non-uniformity in current. So at the center my current is minimum and at the surface my current is maximum. That is the non-uniformity in the current. So I can write here from center to surface, current increases. From surface to center, current decreases. That is nothing but this is representing what? Non-uniformity in the current distribution across this cross section area of the conductor. But in case of DC, what I told, from center to surface, same current will be there. Okay, uniform current, right? I can write here uniform current. This is uniform current, and from surface to the center, from the surface to the center also uniform current. Now why our main focus will be towards this AC system? Okay, now why this from center to surface my current is increasing, from surface to center my current is decreasing? Why this is happening? This is all happening because of non-uniform distribution of flux linkages. Okay, this surface, whenever I am exciting my conductor with alternating supply, this surface will experience non-uniform flux linkages. Once again, non-uniformity is coming into picture in the form of flux linkages. Okay, non-uniformity means what? What I told you, at some point my flux linkage will be maximum, at some point my flux linkage will be minimum. Okay, now at what point, whether at my surface my flux linkage is maximum or at the surface my flux linkage is maximum, that we need to see. Always remember, according to electromagnetic field theory, at the surface, at the center, this is my center of the conductor. At the center, flux linkage is maximum. Okay, at center, flux linkage at the center of conductor, maximum flux linkage. And flux linkage at the surface of the conductor, this is nothing but what? Surface. This is nothing but surface. At the surface of conductor, my flux linkage is minimum flux linkage. Okay, so what I told you, because of skin effect, what is happening? There is a non-uniform distribution of current, and the main reason behind this non-uniform distribution of current is what? Non-uniform flux linkages. Okay, non-uniform flux linkages means what? At center, maximum flux linkage, at surface, minimum flux linkage. Okay, so here I will represent the flux linkage by the letter psi. Okay, psi or lambda. Okay, let's take lambda. Lambda is what? My flux linkage, and at the center of the conductor my flux linkage is maximum, and at surface my flux linkage is minimum. This is a very crucial point that we need to remember. Okay, at surface my flux linkage is minimum, at center my flux linkage is maximum. Okay, why I am saying that? Because all the flux line starts from the center of the conductor in the concentric manner. Okay, that we will study in EMF concept. Okay, but for time being, just remember, according to electromagnetic field theory, at the center of the conductor flux linkage is maximum, and at the surface of the conductor flux linkage is minimum. Okay, so with that note, what I am saying, this is my flux linkage. Okay, so when we are moving from center towards surface, okay, from center to surface. Now when we move from center to surface, what is happening to my flux linkage? At center my flux linkage is maximum, at surface my flux linkage is minimum. So from center to surface my flux linkage is what? Decreasing. Okay, my flux linkage lambda decreases from center to surface. In the similar fashion, we can say from surface to center my flux linkage will increase. Okay, remember, this is a very crucial point. From center to surface my flux linkage is from center to surface my flux linkage is decreasing. From surface to center my flux linkage is increasing. Okay, we know that flux linkage means what? Flux linkage psi is equal to L into I, right, where L represents inductance and I representing current flowing through that conductor. Okay, and psi is representing my flux linkage. Okay, so this my flux linkage is directly proportional to what? Inductance. Okay, as 1 minute. Now we can see here flux linkage is directly proportional to inductance. Okay, at center my flux linkage is what? Maximum. At surface my flux linkage is minimum. So when I move from center towards surface, what happens? When I move from center to surface, as flux linkage is directly proportional to inductance, or inductance is directly proportional to flux linkage, my inductance will decrease. and from surface to the center my flux linkage will increase. Okay, when I'm moving from center to surface, my flux linkage is what? Decreasing. As my flux linkage is decreasing from center to surface, my inductance is also decreasing. Okay, now as we moving from center to surface or from surface to center, what is happening? There is a non-uniformity between inductances. Okay, and as soon as there is a non-uniformity between inductances, we know that impedance, okay, inductive reactance XL, right, XL, inductive reactance, is equal to 2 pi F and L. So this inductive reactance is directly proportional to what? Inductance. As inductance is also reducing, as inductance is also decreasing from center to surface, my inductive reactance will also decrease. So this reactance will also decrease from center to surface. From center to surface, what is happening? My flux linkage is decreasing, my inductance is decreasing, and my reactance is decreasing. And tell me, reactance is a part of impedance, right? Reactance is a part of impedance. So impedance is also decreases from center to surface. Okay, let me summarize all the points here. Okay, where we started the thing, it is a non-uniformity between current. Okay, it is a non-uniformity of the current from center to surface or surface to center. Okay, this non-uniformity of current is because of what? Non-uniform flux linkages. Okay, from center to surface my flux linkage is decreasing. Okay, and we know that inductance is directly proportional to flux linkages according to this. Yes, according to this relation, psi is equal to Li. Okay, my inductance is also decreasing from center to surface. As my inductance is decreasing, my reactance, inductive reactance, is also decreasing from center to surface. And as my inductive reactance is decreasing, my impedance is also decreasing from center to surface. So this is a very crucial point. Yes, impedance decreases from center to surface. Now as impedance is also non-uniform, okay, at the center impedance is maximum, at surface impedance is minimum. So tell me one thing, the nature of the current, the nature of charged particle is that it will always choose low resistance path, low impedance path, right? That's why, that is the reason current will always choose this surface path. Current will always move towards or crowded towards this surface, because at surface they are experiencing less impedance, because at surface they are experiencing less impedance. Why? Because at the surface flux linkage is minimum, inductance is minimum, reactance is minimum, and at impedance is minimum as compared to center. Therefore current have the property, intrinsic property, that it will always choose low impedance path. That is the reason my current will crowded towards the surface. Okay, my current will crowded towards the surface rather than center. Okay, this is the non-uniform current distribution. Okay, that is why my current is getting non-uniformly distributed, because of non-uniform flux linkages. So the conclusion we can draw from this discussion, that the main reason for skin effect is the non-uniform distribution of flux linkages. Okay, it is the main the flux linkages is the main culprit for the skin effect. That is nothing but the non-uniform distribution of current from center to surface or from surface to center, because of non-uniformity in flux linkages. Okay, that is nothing but inductive effect. That inductive effect is the main culprit. That is the main cause behind the skin effect. Okay, now we will see how flux linkage and current will change from center to surface and from surface to center with the help of this representation. So this is my center, this is my surface. Okay, at center you can see my flux linkage is maximum and it is getting decreased from as I'm moving from surface to center to the surface. As I'm moving from the surface from the center to the surface, my flux linkage is getting reduced. Okay, at this. Okay, now at center my current is what? Minimum. At center my current is minimum, and as I move towards the surface from the center, my current is getting increased. Okay, this is how I can represent total skin effect with this diagram. Okay, so at center what I can say, flux linkage is maximum and current is minimum. At surface flux linkage is minimum and my current is maximum. At surface my current is maximum. Now we will see the main reason, okay, main effect of the skin effect. Okay, and that effect is increase in resistance. Why resistance is getting increased? Because of the skin effect. Okay, for that consider these two diagrams. Okay, consider these two diagrams. This is representing DC supply to the conductor and this is representing AC supply. We know that in DC supply skin effect is 0, so my current will be uniformly distributed throughout the cross section area of the conductor. But when I give AC supply to my conductor, what happens due to skin effect? My whole charges, okay, my whole current is getting pushed towards the surface. Okay, pushed towards the surface because of this non-uniformity in flux linkages. Okay, so we know that resistance is equal to what? Rho L by effective area, where rho is what? Resistivity of the material, which depends on the material of the conductor. L representing length of the conductor, and A is here. A is what? Effective area. Why I'm saying it is it is as effective area? Effective area is that area of the conductor through which my current is flowing. Okay, in this the effective area is what? This much. Okay, whole this conductor area is considered as what? Effective area. So here effective area is maximum for DC system. Okay, this is A effective. A effective is maximum for the DC system. Okay, because there is no skin effect. Okay, but when we come across the AC system, this is what? This is considered as effective cross section area of the conductor through which my maximum current is flowing. So this area as compared to this area, this effective area is less. So for AC system, effective area is minimum. So as effective area is minimum, automatically my resistance will be more, because resistance and effective area is having inverse proportionality according to this formula. Resistance is inversely proportional to effective area. Here in DC system my effective area is maximum, so this denominator is maximum, so my resistance will be less. But in case of AC system, my effective area is what? Minimum. It is less, that's why my resistance is more. That's why because of skin effect, what is happening, the resistance increases by the factor 1.6 as compared to DC resistance. That's why we always say our AC is equal to 1.6 times of our DC. DC resistance is always less than AC resistance, but my AC resistance is always more than DC resistance. That is nothing but by the factor of 1.6, and this 1.6 factor is called as what? Skin effect factor. This 1.6 is called as skin effect factor. Okay, because of skin effect my AC resistance is increasing. Okay, that is the main drawback of the skin effect. That is why this is the disadvantage in our power system. because what is happening, because of increase in resistance, what happens, I square R losses will increase, power losses will increase. As soon as power losses increases, efficiency of the system decreases. Okay, as skin effect increases, my resistance will increase. Okay, my resistance RAC will increase. As my resistance increases, I square R losses will increase, and as soon as losses increases, the efficiency of the system decreases, right? Then voltage regulation will increase, voltage regulation will increase, efficiency will decrease, losses will increase. These are all the disadvantages of what, my skin effect. That is why skin effect is not that is the reason my skin effect is not advantageous for the system. Okay, fine. Apart from increase in resistance, there is one more effect due to skin effect, that is non-uniform distribution of current density, right? Non-uniform distribution of current density. We know that current density represented by what? J is equal to current divided by area, cross section area. Okay, current divided by cross section area of the filament. Okay, and as we know, this current density is directly proportional to current, and we know that current from the center to surface or from surface to center is what? Non-uniform. That's why my current density is also non-uniform from center to surface, similar to my current. So at the center, my current density will be minimum. Okay, at center, my current density is equal to minimum. At surface, my current density is maximum. This is nothing but what? Non-uniformity in current density. Okay, this is how we can understand non-uniformity of the current density because of the skin effect. Okay, so what are the main disadvantages of the skin effect? Overall resistance is increasing by the factor of what? 1.6 times as compared to the DC resistance because of this skin effect. Why that resistance is increasing? Because my current is non-uniformly distributed. Why my current is non-uniformly distributed from center to surface? Because of non-uniform distribution of flux linkages. Okay, and because of non-uniform distribution of flux linkages, my inductance is non-uniform, my reactance is non-uniform, my impedance is non-uniform from the center to surface, and my current always chooses less impedance path, that is which is available at the surface of the conductor, and at the center my impedance is maximum. That's why current always chooses surface. It is getting crowded towards the surface. Okay, that is the reason my resistance is increasing and my current density is getting non-uniformly distributed because of the skin effect, right? Now after understanding the skin effect, let's understand the concept of skin depth, right? Here I have written the definition of skin depth. Okay, it is a depth which is measured from the surface of the conductor, up to which my current density is reduced to 36.86% of its surface current density. At the surface, my current density is maximum. Okay, when we move from surface to the center, when I move from center from the surface to the center, as soon as my current density becomes 36.86% of the surface current density, then that depth, this distance or that depth is called as skin depth. Okay, once again, as we move from center to surface, what is happening? Once we move from center to surface, current density is increasing. That means at the surface we have maximum current density. Okay, now move towards the center. Now move towards center from surface. As we move from surface towards the center, what is happening? The moment the current density becomes 36.86 percentage of my surface current density, then that point we will take as, this point we will take as the depth. Okay, the depth point from the surface, and that length from the surface to that point, and that length from that surface to that point, this point is called as what? Skin depth point, or skin depth. Okay, so this skin depth is represented by the symbol del. Okay, and we have a formula for the skin depth, and here also I have shown the current density variation from the skin depth point of view. See, at the surface, this is my surface, at the surface my current density is maximum, this is my maximum current density. As we move towards the center from the surface, what is happening? My current density is decreasing. At the center my current density is less. Okay, the movement my current density becomes 36.6% of my surface current density. Okay, this region is called as what? Skin depth region, skin depth region. Okay, and we have formula for the skin depth. Yeah, skin depth delta, this skin depth delta is equal to 1 upon under root pi f mu and sigma, where sigma is conductivity, where sigma is what? Conductivity of the conductor. My mu is what? Permeability of the material, permeability of material, and my f representing system frequency, at the frequency at which my conductor is acting, or my supplied frequency. Okay, for example 50 hertz or 60 hertz. Okay, system frequency, or the conductor frequency, the frequency at which my conductor is operating at power frequency, 50 hertz frequency or 60 hertz frequency. Okay, now tell me one thing, this skin depth should be as high as possible, or it should be as low as possible? It should be always as high as possible, because what happens if I take high skin depth from, if for example if I take this much skin depth, if I take this much of skin depth, what is happening? There is more effective cross section area. Effective cross section area means what? It is the area through which my maximum current is flowing. As my effective area increases, resistance will decrease. Okay, so that's why if I have more skin depth, I have more effective cross section area, so my resistance will decrease. As my resistance is decreasing, my skin effect is decreasing. Okay, my skin effect is decreasing. So if my skin depth is increasing, my skin effect is decreasing. Okay, so they have inverse proportionality, skin effect and skin depth, they have inverse proportionality. Okay, as skin depth increases, my skin effect decreases. Okay, skin depth is inversely proportional to skin effect. So this skin depth should be as high as possible, right? Okay, this is about skin depth. Now we will see what are the factors on which skin effect is caused. Now we will see what are the factors which are causing that skin effect. Okay, let's see the first factor. Factors which are causing skin effect. Now first factor is what? Size of the conductor. First is my size of the conductor. This size of the conductor is directly proportional to diameter of the conductor. Okay. Now my first factor is size of the conductor. Okay, the skin effect. This skin effect is directly proportional to square of the size of conductor. Okay, square of the size of conductor. As my size of the conductor increases, my skin effect will increase. As size increases, skin effect increases. Okay. Now, if my mu r value increases for an ideal magnetic material, my second factor mu r, that is nothing but permeability, which is representing magnetic property. Okay. So for ideal magnetic material, mu is infinity, right? Permeability of the ideal magnetic material is infinity, and we know that according to the formula of the skin depth, 1 upon pi f mu and sigma. So this my depth is inversely proportional to what? Permeability. So for ideal magnetic material, my permeability is infinite, so this depth will be 0. As my skin depth is 0, it means it is having higher skin effect. Okay, because skin effect and skin depth are inversely proportional to each other. If I have ideal magnetic material, then that ideal magnetic material is having what? Maximum or infinite permeability. If this denominator is infinite, then my this factor becomes what? 0, because they have inverse proportionality. This skin depth and permeability is having inverse proportionality. If my permeability is infinite, then my skin depth will be 0. Okay. So for ideal magnetic material, skin effect is highest. For ideal magnetic material, skin effect is highest, or we can say infinity. Okay. Now one more conclusion we can draw from this formula of the skin depth. For ideal conductor, let's take third factor. Okay. First factor was size of conductor. Size of conductor is directly proportional to skin effect. As size of conductor increases, skin effect increases. Okay. And second factor was permeability. For ideal magnetic material, skin effect is maximum. Why? Because skin depth is 0. Because skin depth and permeability is having inverse proportionality. Okay. Now in the similar way, for ideal conducting material, according to this formula, this formula, my skin depth is inversely proportional to sigma, where sigma is what? Conductivity. Okay. Again, my skin depth and conductivity is having what? Inverse proportionality. So for ideal magnetic material, skin effect is maximum. For ideal conducting material, skin effect is maximum. Okay. So these are the factor on which skin effect is depending. My first factor was size of the conductor, second factor was permeability, third factor was conductivity, and there is one more factor, frequency. Right, there is one more factor, frequency. Skin depth is inversely proportional to frequency, right, according to this formula of the skin depth, right. Skin depth is inversely proportional to frequency. As my system frequency increases, my skin depth decreases, right, because they have inverse proportionality, right. This skin depth and this frequency is having inverse proportionality, right. So as my frequency increases, my skin depth decreases. For zero frequency, my skin depth will be infinite. As my skin depth will be infinite, so my current will be distributed in more properly distribution. Okay, my current will be distributed properly in the total cross section area of the conductor. So my skin effect will be 0. And for what system my frequency is 0? For a DC system, my frequency is 0. Why for a DC system frequency is 0? Because we know that according to waveform, for a DC system, for example, if this is my Vt, or let's take I of t, okay, this is my time axis. Okay, for DC it is what? Constant magnitude. For constant magnitude, right, it will go on like this, okay. So you can see the time period of the DC waveform, the time period of DC waveform is infinite. Time period is infinite. As time period is infinite, we know that frequency is inversely proportional to time period. As time period is infinity, my frequency is 0, because they have inverse proportionality. Frequency and time period are what? Inverse proportional to each other. That's why if my time is infinity, then my frequency will be 0. That's why for the DC system frequency is 0. As for DC system frequency is 0, my skin effect will be 0 for the DC system. That is the main reason for DC my skin effect is 0. But for AC, as we are operating my conductor under 50 Hz or 60 Hz frequency, my skin effect will be present up to appreciable amount. Okay, in AC system skin effect will be present, and in DC system skin effect will be completely absent because of absence of power frequency in case of DC system. Okay, so this is all about skin effect and skin depth and the factors on which skin effect is depending. Okay, fine. Let's summarize the topic here. What is the skin effect? It is a non-uniform distribution of the current from center to surface. What is the main reason behind it? It is a non-uniform flux linkages. Right? It is a non-uniform flux linkages. As non-uniform flux linkages, inductance is non-uniform, reactance is non-uniform, our impedance is non-uniform. Therefore, my current distribution is also non-uniform, because current always chooses low impedance path, that it is getting towards the surface of the conductor, which is causing reduce in effective area for the flow of current, which in turn is causing increase in resistance by the factor of 1.6. That 1.6 is nothing but what? Skin effect factor. That is nothing but RAC is always more than RDC by 1.6 times. That is because of skin effect. Okay. Then after that we took a skin depth. Right. It is a skin depth, where skin depth is inversely proportional to skin effect. Okay. For ideal conductor, for ideal magnetic material, the my skin effect is maximum, or we can say infinity. As size of the conductor increases, my skin effect also increases. Okay, as frequency of the system increases, my skin effect is also increasing. Okay, and for DC system, for ideal DC system, the skin effect is 0, and for AC system, my skin effect will be always present. Okay, so there are certain ways to decrease the skin effect. Okay, that ways we will see in the further classes. Okay, but for time being, just remember the concept of skin effect and skin depth. In the next class, we will see the concept of proximity effect, which is similar to skin effect. Right? So with this note, I will conclude the lecture here. Thank you.